Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh and His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the name of the one true God, and Yahweh Shai is the name of His only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. And I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And I want to send salutations to all the Akim throughout the four corners of the earth, exalting the name of Yahweh and His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, in truth and in sincerity. Alright, so who you see on the screen is a former member of GMS Chicago, Mariala. This was my boy right here, man. Alright, for years, me and him have camped in the, in the same group, because we broke off in many groups, many small groups, because our camp is so big. We have so many members. We broke off in certain groups, and me and this brother been together for years. I would say at least 8 years together. And I always loved going to war with this bro. And now, he's been out the camp for about 2 years or so. And you always have hopes of brothers coming back into the fold. It's happened before. Brothers in this camp have literally left. But they didn't fully go overboard and scoff the doctrine and talk ill about brothers. They just kind of left, and then they came back into the fold slowly. They earned their way back into the camp. You kind of just hope, if a brother do leave, he comes back, he repents and comes back. And that was the hopes for Mariala. But dude's just too caught up in the worldliness. And, now he's offended at the word. He's offended, and he is saying that, he was a Pharisee, which would mean that we're Pharisees in his eyes. And he says that, the new covenant is basically not persecuting people, and just love your brother and love God with all your heart, and that's the new covenant, and that's it. So now he's on the new covenant thing, and that's usually the route that they take when they leave, just like them niggas in Mississippi, just like ITR, and another group, and they went into the what is the new covenant, so that's the lane he went, and now he's on that. So I'm play the clip and get some scriptures.
Sitting out here getting some sun, church on a Sunday. What I want to
yeah, and the nigga is a cigar smoker. Ain't no telling what else he's smoking or doing now.
talk about is Hebrews 10. The old way, the old law is not going to save you. It's not going to complete you. You worrying about your garment and this and that. Did I do this? Did I do that? Look, man, the Lord even said it. Love thy neighbor as thyself and have no other power before the Most High. You do those two things, you complete. You won't fail. You do those two things, you should never fail. That's all you have to do in this life. That is the new walk, the new covenant, the new way. Just believing, and everything else will change. You believe in the Lord, you walk in that way, everything else will change. Love thy neighbor as thyself is a big thing. Tell people what you want to be told. Give them the right information. Help people, and don't worship any of these false idols, whether that be man or some god you made. It's not about, I got to put this on. I used to be a top-ranking Pharisee, persecuting everybody, white, black, Hebrew, Greek, Jews, everybody. You know? Yeah, man, it was a top-ranking Pharisee. What were the Pharisees known for? Telling you to worship their elders, do this, do that. You know, commandments of men. You know, it's not the living way. It's not what's spoken of in Hebrews 10 and 20. All you have to do is walk in the same path the Lord walked, you know. And he made it very simple, man. Love thy neighbor as thyself, having no other power before him. You know, and that's it. The rest will take care of itself. You know, it's not about, I got to celebrate this Passover. I'm not going to eat any yeast. I'm not going to do this. You fucking destroy yourself thinking like that. How are you going to do that? They couldn't do it then. And the Lord died to put that away. You know, in this time, you just have to believe. You know, you're going to sin every day regardless. You know, you just thought some dumb shit. That was a sin. You know, it's walking the walk. That's it. Just believing. That's all you have to do, man. And that's hard for a lot of people. Believing is hard for people in this time. You know, but if you can believe, you can make it. You know, this is open to everyone. This ain't just a black thing. It's a whole.
So now it's not just a black thing. And it never was just a black thing, nigga. Alright, you a nigga now. So I'm gonna call you a nigga. Alright? Yeah, you're right, it's not just a black thing. It's a Yasharallah thing. It's a 12 tribes of Israel thing. It's a Yahweh Shai thing. And notice, nigga, you didn't say the names either. You said the Lord, the Lord, the Lord. You ain't even promoting the name no more. And you talking about worship elders. We don't worship elders. Alright? We don't. Ecclesiasticus 8 and 9. It says, miss not the discourse of the elders, for they also learn of their fathers, and of them thou shalt learn understanding, and to give answer as needed required. So that's what we do. We just learn from our elders. And our elders have elders. And yes, we reverence our elders. We honor our elders. We respect our elders. Okay? The scriptures say honor your masters, which masters means teachers. All right? So we honor our teachers. It's that simple. All right? We respect our teachers. We are going to continue in the things which thou have been taught. Okay? Which is something you are not doing. And the reason why you are even out of the camp now is because you got weak. Alright? You got weak as hell, bro. Alright? You got weak. You didn't want to work. Alright? When I say work, I mean like do the work of the Lord. Alright? You was slacking on your videos. Alright? We went months without doing videos. You just stopped, bro. And then you started just hanging out downtown, sitting around listening to Madonna all day. And fucking just talking just out of whack shit. Talking about invest. That's always his trademark. Invest. And a Madonna song. Makes no fucking sense, man. Revelation 3 and 15. I know thy works, that thou art whether cold nor hot. I would though thou wert cold or hot. So then, because thou art lukewarm, and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth. All right. So the Lord said He's gonna spew you out of His mouth. All right, because you're lukewarm. You're not cold completely. You're not hot completely. You're just in that middle part, and you're lukewarm. And the Lord spewed you out. Why would He do that? Because you were lukewarm. You know, you lost the steam that you had in the beginning. All right, and you chose to quit. All right, you chose to tap out. All right, you know what I'm saying? You chose the easy route, which is basically to quit. All right. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 11. It says, and for this cause, God shall send them strong delusions, that they may believe a lie. And that's what's happening to you, all right, and many other people, man, who believe in these lies, all right. Now all of a sudden, the new covenant is just believe, and that's it. Just believe, all right. And believing that we're in the new covenant, which we're not. We are not in the new covenant yet. We will be, but we're not now. All right, and that's usually the go-to. That's like the flavor of the moment. All right, when you get kicked out, you know what I'm saying, you try to find something to go against the elders, and now it's, oh, we in the new covenant, and let's just stick with that. All right, the Lord choose your delusions, man. All right. Goddamn shame what's happening to this nigga, man. I thought he was gonna pull out of this shit, but I guess not. 2 Peter 2:21. For it had been better for them not to have known the way of righteousness than after they have known it to turn from the holy commandment delivered unto them. But it is happened unto them according to the true proverb, the dog is turned to his own vomit again, and the show that was washed to her wallowing in the myrrh. All right, so you're just in filth, man. You ran right back into the world, man. And now all of a sudden you're trying to teach the scriptures. Ain't heard nothing from you in 2 years, bro, about the scriptures. Nothing. And you even walked by the camp. And brothers was dealing with you, man. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was Murph or Jeremiah that cursed you out. Yeah, because brothers did run into you. You ran into the camp, man. Shit, we saw you in High Park just walking. It was like, ain't that Mariala? Yeah. Probably just on his way to go to the beach, just to sit in the fucking sun. Just wasting time. That's all Jake want to do is just waste time, man. Just a waste of time. Slocky. Alright, because Jake just don't really get themselves together. You know, it's like 1 minute they cool, and next minute they don't want to come to camp, they don't want to do videos, they don't want to be around brothers, and then they just done. Because they didn't count the cost. Now they just back in the world. 2 Corinthians 13:5. It says, examine yourselves whether ye be in the faith. Prove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves? How that Yahushua Mashiach is in you, except ye be reprobates. All right? And what does it mean to examine yourself? It means to try whether a thing can be done. All right? So you have to try yourself whether you can do certain things in this faith. Test yourself. All right? Whether something can be done. All right? And we know we can do anything because the scriptures say in the book of Philippians that I can do all things through Hamashiach that strengthens me. So the Lord will strengthen you and get you through. All right? So you can definitely examine yourself through that filter of Yahushai. Because you can accomplish anything through the names of Yahweh, Yahushai, and the belief of Yahushai. All right? So you got to examine yourself and test yourself. All right? And we don't want to be reprobates. What's it mean to be a reprobate? Not standing the test, not approving. So you want to examine yourself, to test yourself, to put you in a better situation, to know yourself. But if you get offended and be a reprobate, it's because you couldn't stand the test and you failed and you quit and you tapped out. And that's exactly what Mariala has become, a reprobate. Someone that could not stand the test and not approved. All right? And he ain't the only one. It's going to be many a Jake that then it's going to leave the faith, all right, and get offended and go be completely cold. All right? So with that, all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai.